Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Another, I would say, unprecedented Ukrainian/NATO attack on Russia per se. So Russia proper, not the occupied territories. And we have the Ukrainians, I will call them the Ukrainians, being able to launch a massive drone attack on eight regions, Russian regions, oblasts. And 8 is a big number. I've never heard the Ukrainians being capable of doing or organized, put together such a mission, but they did it. I have here about 7 articles from the Americans, from the Russians, from the Ukrainians that are going to give us details on this massive drone attack, Ukrainian drone attack. Obviously, the Russians claim that they destroyed the drones, but there are more than 50 drones, or about 50 drones the Ukrainians launched. 8 oblasts. Well, let's see what time, what kind of drones, locations, what the Russians did, and discuss the matter. I think this should be concerning for the Russian Ministry of Defense. Even if you, let's say, destroy them all, it's still the enemy has the capability of pulling off this kind of attack. So let's start with Associated Press. This is from April 20th, 2024. Oh, April 20th. Now, I'm going to discuss that one too. Moscow says 50 Ukrainian drones shut down as attacks spark fires at Russian power stations. Well, if we go by symbolistics or symbolism, as the Ukrainians like to go by, maybe the Russians now can say, well, you conducted this massive drone attack on us on the 20th of April 2024. So you are Nazis, as we said you are. And maybe most of you will say, what are you talking about, Emil? Well, today is the birthday of the most evil human being that ever existed on this planet, and his name is Adolf Hitler. So now the Russians can point out, you did this to honor that. Remember, the Ukrainians, or the guys in charge of Ukraine, sometimes they come and say, well, they want to take over Artemovsk, or it was Artemovsk, no, it was Avdiivka, before the second year anniversary of the start of the war. The Russians like symbolism. Okay, then they say, well, they want to occupy Bakhmut before 9th of May last year, 2023, just because that's the victory day and they want to show that to Putin. Now they say they want to take over Chasiv Yar, or Chasov Yar, Chasor Yar, or until the 9th, again, the 9th of May, when it's again the victory day, symbolistic. So can they use, didn't the Russians say you guys are Nazis, and now it's the 20th of April, therefore, no. It's like some imbeciles who are talking about, when they see, they have a certain worldview, all right, and that's all they have, is like having a hammer, that's all you got in your toolbox, and then you see nails to hit in the head all over the place. Like, for instance, I have a black cat, and because I have a black cat, I like to command the cat, I like to be the boss of the cat, I want to be in control of a cat. Therefore, a cat being black, symbolistically speaking, I feel good, right, by doing that to a poor, darker entity. Or let's say I have a white car, I like white car, I don't like black cars. You see, imbecilic symbol. I mean, if you have a lot of these things and you put them together, you might get to a conclusion, but the same here. Anyway, I just showed you how things could be interpreted. Let's move on. So, power stations, and that is infrastructure, correct? Ukraine launched a barrage of drones across Russia overnight, the defense ministry in Moscow said Saturday, in attacks that appear to target the country's energy infrastructure. 50 drones were shot down by air defense over 8 Russian regions, including 26 over the country's western Belgorod region close to the Ukrainian border. Drones were also reportedly destroyed over the Bryansk, Kursk, Tula, Smolensk, Ryazan, Kaluga regions across Russia's west and south, as well as the Moscow region. I will show you where that is in a minute. Let's go to the next article. New Voice of Ukraine. I want to go over the date. All of them come from April 20th. Energy facilities targeted in drone strikes across Russia. So they targeted energy facilities. When the Russians attack, they just civilians, we're told, and somehow their missiles or drones are downed, and just debris fall over the energy facilities in Ukraine that, I don't know, leave oblasts without electricity or something. A lie, but anyway. But here, let's see what these guys are showing us. Oh, there is something on fire over there. Several Russian oblasts, including Kursk, Belgorod, Bryansk, and Kaluga, were targeted by a series of drone attacks on April 20th, causing damage and casualties, according to local Russian officials. So let's see next article. I mean, let's go to the map. What the hell? Let's don't. Kursk, Belgorod, Bryansk, Kaluga. I'm going to go to the other one. So here is the map of Ukraine, and I know it was Bryansk, Smolensk, Kaluga, Tula, Ryazan, and then you got here Belgorod. We don't want to show. Well, I guess, but anyway, yeah, believe me, that's Belgorod. All right, so this they hit as they hit south and west of Russia. So basically around here, this is Moscow, just so you know. So very close. Smolensk, Kaluga, Tula. Let's do it this way. Lucky you. So here. These are the Smolensk, Kaluga, Tula, Ryazan. And then you go here down to Belgorod, Kursk, Bryansk. Were the other ones mentioned here? The first article, right? Ryazan, Smolensk, Kursk. We kind of hit them all, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moscow region, as well as in the Moscow region. So also in this region here. So here we have a massive attack on those oblasts. Next article coming from Ukrinform. Drone attack in 8 regions of Russia, joint operation of Ukraine's special agencies. The large-scale drone attack that targeted 8 regions across the Russian Federation was a joint operation of Security Service of Ukraine, the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine's Defense Ministry, and the Special Operations Forces. And I would add, the main actor here is with the participation of John Wayne. The main actor here is NATO. There you have it. I said John Wayne because I like John Wayne. I should have said Al Capone, but in this case, just that's what came. I've been watching some John Wayne movies lately. I don't watch movies, but I want to make a video on how the movies were in the 50s. I watched about 5 videos with John Wayne, and I haven't heard one curse in the whole movie. Well, what changed? And not only, we're going to discuss that in another video, obviously. The Russian Ministry of War is whining that this night dozens of Ukrainian drones visited 8 regions. So we got them all here. Next article. Ukrainska Pravda, Ukrainian intelligence, security service, and special operations forces are behind. They always like to emphasize that it's them or they who are behind it, not NATO. No, it's these guys. I mean, yeah, with the participation, I explained many times. You give someone the weapon, you stay around him, take his little hand, put it on the trigger, you show him, you look through the scope, pop, bing, boom, ready. Now I move away, just push that finger, squeeze it, clink, boom, bang. He did it. It was all me. You just used a baboon. That's what you did. But anyway, in 8 regions, and it shows here some fire. Now I don't know if this fire is from today or not. Nevertheless, the same information here. I'm not going to play any videos. And this is Chonko. I don't know what that is. And the Russian Defense Ministry claimed that the air defense systems downed and intercepted 50 UAVs overnight on 19th to 20th of April. So they intercepted, they said 50 out of how many? Because everywhere I saw says 50 were intercepted, not shut down. Okay, let's go to the Russians and see what they say. Russian air defense systems intercept, destroy 50 Ukrainian drones during the night. Beautiful pines over there. Pines, red pines with snow. And you have to fight a freaking war. Imbecilic. Russian air defense means destroyed and intercept. Oh, there it is. And I missed you. Yeah, okay. Put your butt over there and pay attention to, I don't know what, birds and things. Ukrainian drones over Belgorod, Bryansk, Kursk, Tula, Smolensk, Ryazan, Kaluga, and Moscow regions last night, the Russian Defense Minister said. So this is what they say, the communique, the statement. And I'm quoting, this night, attempts by the Kiev regime to carry out a number of terrorist attacks using aircraft type unmanned aerial vehicles on targets on the territory of the Russian Federation were stopped. Air defense systems on duty destroyed and intercepted 50 Ukrainian UAVs, of which 26 over the territory of the Belgorod region. So Belgorod was the attacked the most, which is down here. This was the one that was shelled the most so far. Over the Bryansk region 8, over the Kursk region 2, over the Tula region, and 1 over the Smolensk, Ryazan, Kaluga, and Moscow regions each, the ministry said. Earlier, Russia President spokesman Peskov commented on the attack by Ukrainian drones on Russian territory, emphasized that Kiev continues terrorist activities, but the Russian military is on alert and doing everything necessary. Now, let's be, as these imbeciles say now, let me be clear about it. And that's what started with Obama. Let me be clear about it. Shut the fuck up. You don't want to be clear, because if you want to be clear, it's clear you lie. So, and what's going on? So if you attack me and you hit my facilities, I should have the same right to hit your facilities. So where's the crybaby? Now, obviously, hitting civilians and all that, it's a different story, but energy facilities, what can you do, right? And the last article comes from Russia Today. Massive Ukrainian drone raid repelled in Russia, Ministry of Defense. Moscow forces have destroyed 50 aircraft, most of which were downed over border regions, the Defense Ministry has said. You know what I don't see? I don't see how many were launched. They say this and we say that, we destroyed this, they came to 8 regions, but I don't see any information on how many the Ukrainians shot, unless these guys claim, and I haven't seen that at all. I haven't seen the Russians writing that or making a statement saying that, and they all were destroyed. They say they destroyed 50, all of them, all the 50 is being destroyed over the border regions, but not all of them being destroyed. Nevertheless, the point is, the Ukrainians have the capability to send 50 drones. Now, I don't know, at least 50 drones. Now, I don't know if those 50 drones were the last that they had the change in their pocket. You know, the last spasm, before you die. And kick the bucket. I don't know if that's the case, but nevertheless, it is a 50 drones. It was organized, operated by the Ukrainians, and the Russians claim they downed 50. If they continue like this, from 50 they're going to go to 70, and they're going to go to more and more and more, or they're just going to take a dump and kick the bucket and get their yellow underwear out and peace, after they did it on themselves. I hope this war ends the sooner the better. It shouldn't have started, but people had to make profits, so there you have it. That's the main reason. Profits, money, control, power. Because the next one is not Ukraine. Ukraine is just the tip of the iceberg, the place where the bullet. But who shot the bullet? Who organized all that? They're these guys, the big interests. Not these guys, not United States of America. United States of America is at the orders of big business. So through them, through our taxes, our military, our agencies. It seems like, according to some reports I read, They say, some say, I'm a wizard right now, like one of my former assistant professors from college here, university in the United States of America. Some people say, some say, you know, who are those? How many are they? Well, some say, and I'm not going to mention whom, but you can find articles. Some say that it is the CIA who actually conducts the war, including Tyler, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She said, it's a CIA in an interview with Tucker. He said, well, that's a CIA. That's CIA's baby, Ukraine, not the Pentagon. Well, the Pentagon is together over there, but I don't think they're too friendly. Why? You see, in a mafia, you have the big boss, but the guys, the colonels, all right, the guys, lieutenants and all that, they want to be the boss. So you have to watch your back all the time. So even if you're an associate, you know who has more power, and you don't want to be, you know, remember that movie Highlander, 1980s, 80 some it was. It can be only one, only one. So if the intelligence community they don't recognize the Pentagon's virility, and vice versa, they know who's in charge, basically. And in charge are other people that we don't really know by name. We might, you know, scratch here and scratch there. We can name the interests, and these guys, through the beautiful system that we have, control this mass media is paid, and politicians are, how do you call it, campaign donation. The schools come from the government set the curriculum. Who is in the government? The same guys, promoted by this, promoted by that. The universities are as they are, promoting a certain kind of ideology, and there you have us, right here. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.